So how do we get the truthfulness back to ourselves? You don't have to think, research, or imagine anything to regain truthfulness because it naturally exists in us. It doesn't come from our thinking. You need to set your thinking and imagination aside. Then you try to feel that you are hearing, seeing, saying, and knowing without any emotions, analyzing and distinguishing, and you will immediately regain the truthfulness. In other words, you're not what you think or imagine. You're not angry, sad, greedy, or anything else. You're just the one who knows those things are happening inside you. You are separating yourself from what you hear, see, say, and know. Most of us often forget and mistake ourselves for thoughts, anger, suffering, or mixed feelings of sadness and joy, but in reality, we are just aware of those feelings. So what does it mean to see the truthfulness? Let's analyze some examples. Suppose you are standing by the seashore with your eyes closed. When opening your eyes, you see a blue sky, moving ocean waves, flying birds, etc. What you see as soon as you open your eyes is not influenced by any thoughts, fantasies, or emotions. That is the moment you truly see with your truthfulness. And if you see it and start to think, "Oh wow, the sea is so beautiful. The sky is blue as jade. The flocks of birds flying over the sea are so poetic. I wish I could fly freely like them in the blue sky." At this point, you will forget your true view of truthfulness and let your thoughts and feelings lead you. Have you seen the difference? You need to see things without thinking or immersing yourself in the scene, then you will see the truthfulness. Just like when you close your eyes, all you see is black. And at that moment, you don't have any thoughts or fantasies. You only see the darkness and know that is all. That's when you see the truthfulness. So what is true hearing? It is like seeing the truthfulness. You need to hear what you hear without having any thoughts, fantasies, distinctions, or feelings. That's when you hear truthfully. There are many times when your mother hollers, you immediately answer without thinking, "Yes, Mom." You don't need to think, but you still hear and know how to respond naturally. That's when you're genuinely hearing. So what is true knowing? Let's look at another example. For instance, you get stung by a bee while walking on the street. In that sudden moment, you feel the real pain instantaneously. There's no need to think or analyze. You can definitely feel the pain. That's when you truly know. People who recognize truthfulness naturally know that they are hearing, seeing, and knowing. Therefore, they will not let their truthfulness be affected unless they purposely do so. Living with truthfulness gives us the ability to actively obtain peace and happiness by respecting the inherent nature of all things and not attaching any of our thoughts or imaginations to them. However, we do not always use the core to receive. In life, we must use feeling to treat, nature to analyze information, and use the core when appropriate. The flexible application of each structure layer to each situation will reflect each person's wisdom level. For example, someone compliments us that we are handsome or beautiful. If we use feeling to treat, we will laugh. We may feel happy or blush if embarrassed. But when we use our nature to analyze and distinguish, we can ask that person our most beautiful feature. If we use our core to receive it, we know that the person has just said, "You look great," and we don't have any other thoughts or feelings. Sometimes it's not enough if we only use the feeling layer to receive it because we may become blind by their flattery. If we only use the nature layer to analyze, people may say we are emotionless. So, what are the benefits of regaining your truthfulness? Our sorrow and happiness in life mostly come from our thoughts and imaginations about the things around us. Do you remember these two? First, all things have their emptiness. And second, your realization determines the results. Your mental images will decide what the outcome is. Your inner world controls the outer world. To live with truthfulness is to respect the emptiness of things and stop binding your thoughts and fantasies to them. When you regain your truthfulness, you will be the boss of your own life. You can control your introspective emotions and the choices of whether you should run after your problems and know when to stop if you choose to. Otherwise, your imaginations, thoughts, and emotions will often lead your life and enslave you. If so, could you have inner peace just for a moment? And there are many more benefits that a person living with truthfulness will have. Sometimes, there are special feelings that language cannot convey or express. That's why there's a saying, only the drinkers know how hot or cold the water is. It's hard to explain it to people who don't drink it. We have just gone through the 4 important points of today's lesson. First, analyzing human structure. Second, knowing what the truthfulness of humans is, and how to find truthfulness. Third, knowing the benefits of being aware of your own truthfulness. And finally, is how to restore our own truthfulness. This is an abstract lesson. Please take some time to reflect afterwards to understand its meaning. See you in the next class to explore 16 human personalities.